So my name's Ian Armit and I run the Masters in Iron Age and Celtic Archaeology, which is a relatively new course dealing with the prehistory of Britain and Europe from around about 800 BC right up until the Roman period. So I'm really a specialist in Iron Age and Late Bronze Age archaeology, looking at various societies around Europe. Got particular interests in Scotland and Ireland and also in South East Europe. But my other main interest really is the whole issue of conflict and violence in prehistory. So I'm very interested particularly in funerary practices, in practices associated with violence and warfare, and with practices like headhunting, which are really prevalent throughout Europe during this period. So the Masters is built around really two core modules. So in the first semester, students are going to look primarily at the Iron Age in Europe, looking at the whole concept of the Celts and Celtic identity. Because traditionally we've tended to think about European societies in that period as belonging to this great kind of pan-European Celtic culture. But in fact, as research has progressed over the last few decades, it's become very clear that that whole question of prehistoric identities and Iron Age identities is hugely problematic. And we're actually dealing with a whole range of different cultural groups that have certain things in common, certain aspects of language and so on, but are also very diverse in many other ways. So this is the only Masters in the UK that focuses specifically on the Iron Age. So it's a real opportunity to really get into the depth of these issues. And one of the things we really do is focus on cutting edge research in this field. So we're doing a lot of work here at York, for example, on ancient DNA relating to Late Bronze Age and Iron Age societies. We're doing a lot of work on the bioarchaeology of these societies, looking at human remains for evidence of complex funerary practices and violence and so on. So it's really a very exciting and dynamic field, and students will get the chance to really get right into the depth of all of these issues. One of the great things about doing the Masters at York is that you're not simply studying the period itself, you've also got the chance to select from a whole range of different skills that you can then bring to bear on, in this case, the Iron Age and Celtic archaeology of Europe. So students, for example, depending on their interests, can specialise in things like ancient DNA or human remains or pottery analysis, or a whole range of different field and laboratory skills that they can then bring to bear on the Iron Age archaeology of Britain and Europe. The sort of skills that you'll get from this Masters programme are really going to equip you for a whole range of different careers in archaeology and heritage. Everything really from those students who might want to go on to do further research and perhaps do a PhD, to those who want to work in the commercial or heritage sectors. Really there's a whole range of different options and pathways that you can take coming forwards from this Masters.